Welcome back, everybody, to Squid Junction 43. We're still here with Octanoic on my side, and the next matchup will be, we're gonna call him question mark, versus Entropy. Yeah, pretty interesting seeds here. We have seed 4, the question mark team, versus seed 12, Entropy. And yeah, I'm looking forward to both teams actually doing stuff and trying the best to actually get a win here to compete in our tournament. Yeah, we had a striking system going on, so both teams striked one map off the list. So we have a best of 5 going on. And yeah, it's gonna get juicy. Yeah, we're starting off with Splatson's Mako. Actually, I don't know, some people dislike that map, especially on zones. It's actually
like
cool
it.
for Reef Slider. Like, yeah, you can go on on that map if you want to.
It's very fun. It's useful because your sniper is gonna have a lot of fun there, but updates basically mean that the perfect vantage point is gone. So don't worry that. The main reason it's fun is with the front and mid lines. There's so many routes of getting in. Which will you pick? Which will you pick? This is obviously just because it's just dynamic. It's flowing because you reach. It's a cycle. Unless you're really good at stopping yourself from dying, it's death, respawn, death, respawn. But every time you do that, you get to influence the game. Which way you go from there? That's the question. And obviously, we've got Undertow, Spillway, Splat, Tower Control.
Yeah, we have many splat zones and tower control going on. like very repetitive modes here. I guess both teams dislike Clamblets. And Rainmaker wasn't theirs either. But like, I'm very much looking forward to the first matchup. Like, to be honest, I'm a Dapple player and we're weird. We always love the small maps with many flanking options. And yeah, I really looking forward to what both teams are gonna play. Especially when we have Mako, we have many options in comms and weapon choices. Like, we have the ability to actually put some backlines into it. We have the ability to put as many slayers as we want to into it. Mid laners have their fun as well. Like, you have every position on that map, and everything's working out for the most part. So you have many options to get into the game. Like, even if you got pushed back, even though I have to admit that when we're looking at teams that getting pushed back right into the spawn, they have problems getting into like another push for them, right? Because you have to combine all your specials to get into the game. But it's possible if the team play is on like a very, very good level. And I guess we have some very experienced teams here, like, I guess. Especially when we look at their seats that they have. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty interesting, I think. Like, at least from that seating point of view, like, question mark is in a better spot than Entropy, but we have to say that you can have a good chance to switch that when you're doing a good job as a team, of course. And yeah, we're actually waiting for that lobby to get back, since we had some troubles with the room, but we can. Yeah, we had a host DC, which means that we're gonna just reload the lobby and get into it in just a few moments. So we're gonna talk just a bit more. Yeah, we have some pretty interesting striking decisions that I would like to talk about. Like, they strike Rainmaker Flounder Heights. And I was like, what? But I mean, personal preference. And then we have Clamped Scorch band, which I can understand completely. Like, I'm a mess at Scorch. Maybe some teams also see that as a problem. And yeah, that's why we're playing Zones 2 times and Tower 2 times. I think that looks very, very interesting as a map list. But yeah, after like the Mako match, we have Tower Control Undertow, which is actually, I think, a pretty solid map to play on. After that, we have Manta Maria. We saw that in the last round. It's working out perfectly as a competitive team. And then we have Inkblot Art Academy. If we get there, yeah, it's Inkblot, very, very popular. And at the end, we have Hagglefish, Rainmaker. If we get to game 5, of course. We don't know if you get to game 5. I mean, every best of 5 takes some time. Sometimes we have like all 5 games, but that doesn't happen like regularly. We don't know. But yeah, even if we're just gonna see 3 matches here, we're gonna see some good maps at least. But I'm looking forward to the weapons that the teams are gonna play. Octanoic, what do you expect, like, when it comes to weapons? Like, do you have...
I do think that it's going to be the first one with Splat Zones, but, well, we can see now what the weapon expectation will be.
Yeah, now we're
It's
gonna see...
definitely
Oh,
gonna
a
be
squeezer! Woo!
Double
Not seeing that very...
Splash, my favourite.
And what do we see?
Splash,
Tetris and a brush! A brush in zones. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I love to see that.
Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr. is elite to play now? Wow.
Wow. We're gonna see some... Oh, Question Mark is having problems here. Already delayed, right?
Question marks what the hell Entropy is doing into them, because this is mad. They have been boxed in.
Yeah. Entropy
on the left though, what they're going to be doing? What are they going to be doing there? I think they found a way in. They found a way in.
We have 2 down on Entropy's side, which is very good for Question Mark. We have a zip caster going up in mid, but yeah, it didn't work out. That was a very solid direct by that Stamper. I love Stamper gameplay. We see the Tetras doing Tetra stuff, but they're going down. We see another special getting popped up, but yeah, we have a zone switch for Entropy.
Directly jumping onto the right pillar. Let's see what they can do from here. Because Jade is trying to build roots, trying to kill the ink brush. They've succeeded there.
Yeah, that ink brush had a hard time in retreat, in their retreat, but I have to say, Question Mark is getting like everything ready to do a very strong push. The map control is on their side, which means that Entropy has a hard time getting back into it, and that Stamper is doing a very, very good job with that ink brush again.
Control the map, but I think they almost had it. Yeah, they went 2 down. I think Question Mark went 2 down.
Oh, that bomb was evil.
Yeah.
We see that Elite on the left stack, watching for Question Mark to actually push forward, but they're not coming back. I guess that Question Mark is preparing, and we see a tri-strike getting right to the zone, but 3 down on their side. They're having a very, very stressful time right now.
This is not good.
Time's not on their side. They have to get in now, and it's not looking good. The squeeze is going in first, and for some reason the brush died already. And that was a very good zone.
Wait, Question Mark.
Which here?
Oh, you would have thought. I really thought they had a chance. Get back into the game. But I don't see it that much anymore.
That brush. Yeah, we have seen a flank from that brush here. But that zone flip was actually very, very important for Question Mark. They now have a penalty for the opponents, which gives them a bit of more time to maybe get the lead here. I mean, they need to fix as well, and they have...
They've got the control of the zone, even if they'll for a short amount of time. I think they pin it out, but when that did,
And a
the
wipeout.
control- Oh no! This is
They-
not what's planned.
No,
That
they
is definitely
are
not planned
having.
across the Mart's book. I
They
think this will just go to Entropy. Game 1, Entropy is win. And that's fine. Simply wrong. What can they do in the last second?
Oh my goodness,
Oh
they're
my
gonna
god!
get. They got the zone switch. Oh my god! Even
You
though
love to
Entropy is
see
giving
it.
them a very hard time here,
You love to see it.
they really did that flip again, which was very important. They still have like 1 minute 20 seconds left to actually get another one, and maybe if the penalty isn't running down as fast. But they're having a hard time already, and again, and they're dropping down, getting picked off. But we see the squeezers getting right to the zone alone. But yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't work out
was-
in the end, and therefore the first point goes to Entropy in this set.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see here. Like, when I first talked about this set, I just said that Entropy has, when it comes to seeding, like, not as much of a chance here in comparison to question mark. But as you just saw, seeding can like not work out at some point, or teams have a very, very strong team play in a set, right? I think it's very interesting that they had a brush, and for some reason it worked out in split zones. And I love to see that. Like, we don't see many brush players nowadays, and that's very, very good for that weapon class to see that it's playable, right? I don't see many brushes. I love to see many brushes. But, okay, Entropy has 1 point, and we're like getting to game 2, which is tower control on Undertow Spillway. I like that map as well. I didn't play it much on tower control, but yeah, it's a very, very solid map to play on, especially on a competitive level. And yeah, it's narrow in a way, but you have much space to actually do stuff. The only thing that's pretty hard there is to flank, since the map is pretty much open. But we're gonna get into the game already. Both teams are ready. Game 2. Yeah, no comp change on question mark side. No comp change for Entropy as well. That's why it was so fast. But yeah, let's get into it. Both teams are rushing in, like towards mid.
This is much more I like to see.
First trade. That's complete madness here in mid. Like, we have some trades that grab tank on that tower and tried everything here, but it's getting pushed down.
Yeah.
So that was a wasted special, at least for the opening. But question mark is already pushing forward. They got it already a checkpoint down. We see a Trizuka coming out, and yeah, the specials are coming out at checkpoint 2. And it seems like Entropy has trouble to get in, and we have a disconnect.
Oh,
What's
man.
going on? No. Why are you doing this to me? Second time. Who's gonna host now? That's the question. I mean, we were mid-game, I guess, like the whole lobby collapsed again, could be, I don't know. But we're gonna wait for an evaluation on that. And now we're gonna wait for that second match as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the weapon comms that we're having, yeah, they didn't change anything. It's pretty solid to play. You can do that for the most part. Yeah. I have to say that actually both teams are playing very, very good comms. I mean, we still see that brush, and the brush is very aggressive. Like, I watched the brush at first, and they actually or right for flank, which is pretty interesting since both teams actually just ran straight to mid, and we have some, yeah, we had some trouble when it comes to picking more than one person, and yeah, therefore, question mark had after some picks they had the final chance to push, but I hope that we're gonna see something like that as well, and not like 100-0 push.
Yeah.
We have to see. Just so you know, it was a host DC, so we're gonna get a new lobby and a new host, and yeah, it's just gonna take just a few more moments, and we can talk about the comms maybe. What do you think of their comms?
It could be fun. Not fun. I think what it's gonna be is just hopefully, as long as no DC happens there, I think this, if it keeps on the same tempo, I think the replay of this game is gonna be amazing. If both teams keep the tenacity, the strength that they've got, and keeping control, it's easily kept.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I have to admit that I think Entropy's comp is very interesting. Like, to actually play a brush in competitive and get it like into the comp that it fits and it's working out. It's interesting to see that it's working out. I mean, it worked out in the first match, but we saw like the beginning of the second, and they didn't have like a great opening and couldn't do anything in like that short amount of time. I mean, we didn't see the full 5 minutes or anything like that. So that could change when we're gonna get into the game. Yeah, I think it's very interesting to see some other weapons than a splash or a slashine, or next up would be the ballpoint since it's playable now. What's your opinion on the ballpoint now?
I think ballpoint's definitely picked up on this quote-unquote meta that's been developing and evolving or whatever. I think it's fun. I think ballpoint is fun. Weapon, variable range, all that stuff. I've been doing some runs, so I'm playing the main game a lot, but I've seen it. Very fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to play from time to time.
Yeah, especially yeah, like especially when you're like playing it in other modes, or when we get back to competitive, it's so usable now.
Yeah.
It wasn't before, and we have like some ballpoint one tricks that are now like very, very hyped, which I can understand. Like, the ballpoint is actually a very cool weapon to play.
I think it's one of the most useful weapons when
Yeah.
it comes down to the concept of sparkling anyways. It's got the utility of a mini, but it's got everything, really. It's got a mix of everything. But
Especially now that the inkjet is usable again. Like,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. I mean, for quite some time we couldn't use inkjets. Like, they weren't like very good. Now when you get a ballpoint or something like that into your weapon pump, it's actually working out pretty good. When I look back at my match, we didn't allow a player to play it since we didn't like trained with that kind of weapon in our comp. It's pretty interesting that now like every mind is a bit changing towards the comps, and I have to say that I'm looking forward to actually play with a ballpoint in my team. I guess some other teams are like changing their mindset as well and changing their comps maybe. I would like to see that, since we always see the same weapons all over again. Especially, I can't see the splash anymore. It's just, it's pain.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess
Splash
no
is
one
a great
likes it, but
weapon.
everyone is playing it since it's working out. I mean, especially when we have tournament situations, we have to push through, right?
Yeah,
You
Splash
have
is a
to.
great weapon, no doubt about
Yeah.
that. But I think it's just become oversaturated now. Every team wants a shooter player, which is basically what you need. but it's not more than that. Everyone wants a splash player. They don't care if you play it junior. They don't care if you play it a splash shot. They want splash. And a lot of teams want splash.
Yeah, like every team has 1 to 2 splashes nowadays, and that's
in the top
normal.
divisions. It's much more varied, but once you get down to, let's say, Div 6 or so, everyone really wants a splash player. It's always a shooting player or someone who's experienced in shooters. It's never who can adapt to the meta. It's about someone who's in the meta, someone who knows how to play a weapon that's in the meta.
Yeah.
I think that's just my pet peeve, because a team isn't supposed to be built around players who know how to play one specific weapon continuously. There are one tricks and they're respectable, but those are solid weapons, not ones that become better because of a random patch, but because they're in the concept they're really good. We don't talk about brothers.
Yeah.
We don't talk about brothers. But,
oh my goodness. I played against the Umbrella actually today. Which was pretty interesting. Like you can use many weapons and it could work out. But we're gonna get into the second match. Finally, we're gonna see Question Mark against Entropy again. It took us a while to get here, but we see the same comps that we did before. No switches at all. And now I'm looking forward to actually see that game happening. Interesting. Both teams aren't as aggressive as they were in the first one.
I think that Question Mark, they've maintained it. They seem to keep it going, keep it trapping. But
yeah, we see Question Mark now actually doing the same things as before. A very nice pick of that Trizuka from that squeezer. We see, I love some good zipcaster gameplay here. Jade is doing a very good job with that stamper.
Squeeze, please.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're already down to the last checkpoint. Like they're rushing so fast.
Getting back into this set. I think that break just activated the chances of winning.
And that was that.
Yeah. Still
that
not too bad.
I mean, it's a push down to 15 in the roundabout the first minute and 10 seconds, which is very, very good to start off. It's a very good opening, but Entropy now has the map control on their side. They have the chance to actually do the same as Question Mark did. And actually it works out pretty well. The splash already got picked off, but we'll see some specials. We see that Stamper again doing a very great job, but is getting picked off by that brush, and that brush is pretty strong. Very good double teaming there on Entropy's side.
Yeah.
Good job. I mean, they're still on checkpoint too. No one's on that tower, but they're also 2 down, so they have to retreat. Or at least, they don't choose retreat. They choose aggression. We see a grab tank popping up on the left side. But
I really want Entropy to win this one. Not because they're a great side, but I want to see Question Mark to regain a draw so that we can go on to Inkblot, because
what a nice pick.
Yeah.
I love the gameplay.
Come on. Please revive me. Please. I want Inkblot.
2 down on Entropy's side. But it seems, these Tetra's doing a very good job. By that tower, they're saving that push.
That push will not.
Will it last? Will they get a switch? Do we get a new lead here? It looks like
new
it. Yeah, new lead. But we have a DD. These Tetras doing Tetra stuff, but we have a wipe. So that's for Entropy's push here.
We're gonna go down now. This seems like it's gonna be fun. Ooh, that was a good special use. Good special use by Illumine.
Yeah, what we're seeing here is that Entropy's trying to get some specials to actually defend and get back into the game. I mean, they're getting pushed back a bit. We see a crab tank battle, but there's that zipcaster. We see that crab is being attacked by everything. But 2 down on 2 player are down on question mark side, which isn't.
I think it's
working
gone
in their
back to
favor.
spawn now. I don't think anyone's on the tower. So if anyone takes it, fair game.
We still have 1 minute left, but question mark is having a hard time against Entropy.
Yeah, this isn't looking their game.
Oh, we have
Jeez.
another crab. Oh, that crab tank was. That was down very, very quickly. But we have a 4 versus 4
Can this be it?
situation in the last 40
40
seconds.
seconds on the clock. Overtime.
Specials are getting popped, and yeah, maybe they have a chance to get these 2 to 3 points to get the lead. I mean, the brush got picked here, which is pretty important since it
No one's taking
gets some
back on the
aggression.
line. Back on the line. Oh, they maintain the line.
Oh no,
Doesn't
that's
seem like it.
definitely.
Oh, this is heartbreaking, agonizing. This is a pain.
Only
Or is
11,
it?
10
Or is
seconds.
it?
Oh, two down on Entropy side. They don't
7,
have many people
6.
on their side. This looks like it could work out for a lead switch, but everyone's running on that tower and it didn't work out. We have a wipe in the end. Oh no. What an insane ending. That was so close. Holy. Love to see that. Yeah, Entropy actually wins that second game as well, but it was so close. It was literally, it was like just a pinky away from a lead switch. And yeah, both teams actually played very well. We've seen some pretty insane stuff here. And yeah, Entropy now got a 2-0, which means, yeah, they're still competing in the winner's bracket. I read the wrong map list. Give me 1 sec. We're still not at 2-0. They're not. Oh my goodness. Don't let me talk so long like that. I'm sorry. We still have a match at least. Or 2. Or maybe again 5. Would be very interesting. So like we still have spread zones on Manta Maria. I was talking so long with so much nonsense, but Entropy has like a very good chance in like pushing through the winner bracket here. But question mark still has a chance. They can come back. I mean, the team who like get 3 points will go further in the bracket. But yeah, like we saw, both teams are like, I think on one level. Like they look each other straight into each other's eyes, and it's working out pretty well. Like especially the last round was very, very good. Like on both teams, like we had insane pushes. But yeah, we're gonna get into the game that I nearly forgot that it's going to happen. Match point situation for Entropy. Very nice. Manta Maria split zones. And yeah, when we see the comms, we don't see switches, I guess. Especially, okay, my mind couldn't work out, but what happened here? They picked turf by accident. What a wild set. This set is cursed. I just saw like the timer on like 3 minutes and I was like, wait a second. But yeah, I mean, maybe they wanted to play turf. But they have to play split zones. But I mean, turf could be interesting as well. I would prefer split zones, please. Oh, that would be funny if we didn't notice that. I mean, we didn't have a Squid Junction with turf war, right? But now that we're playing split zones, we still have a match point situation for Entropy going on. Same comms. And finally, we see the 2 zones in the middle. We see a lot of last-ditch effort on question mark side. Pretty interesting. I mean, it makes sense for splat zones, especially when you're getting pushed down. Wow, that was
I'm
some
exhausted.
very cool.
This is gonna be fun. I believe it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean,
Jusha has picked back to one of the main weapons.
oh, that brush is going nuts.
Yeah, that brush is insane.
Like, I'm
Like,
watching this
what's it
brush
like?
for quite some time now. It's doing like some very, very good plays. I mean, every one of them is doing good plays, but especially when I see some weapons that aren't played as often, I love to see that. Yeah, 2 down on Entropy side here again. But they actually are already down to 40 when it comes to their points. The Tetris are doing a very good job on the left side to defend. And like when we watch the map, we have... Oh, that Trizuka. That Trizuka actually picked 2.
This was
And we
about to
have a
be a
wipe.
clinch for Entropy to get the set.
Yeah, I mean, question mark actually got the situation very, very good. And yeah, they got a wipe, which is very important to get some points. The Tetris already got picked again on Entropy side, and every pick that question mark is actually achieving is pretty important.
Yeah.
2 down again. Oh, that meter is trying its best to neutralize the zone, but we see some specials on question mark side, and they're still holding that zone, but that Stamper got picked and the brush is doing brush things in mid, which worked out in their favor. And it's still working out. That brush is insane. I have to say that. Yeah, the lead is deciding to jump out and right into it. But when we look into mid, we see the Tetris
being
with...
What are they going to do with it? Where are they going to place it? Do some placing.
Oh, we're seeing a flank from that machine, but no one's on that bunker, so it's just doing sneaky things. And oh, that leader got picked by a crab tank. Yeah, that hurt. But that's actually that's the chance for question mark. They're getting very important picks right now, and they have the chance.
Can we get Inkblot? Please, can we get Inkblot? Will my hopes of Inkblot, will they be met?
It could happen.
Like, I mean,
we have a 4 versus 2 situation. Entropy needs to do something to actually stop the KO.
Oh my god. Yeah, come on, this is gonna be great.
One pick after another. Question mark is
on
their way to their first point, and it's looking like that. It's their first point. We're gonna see one more map from that cursed matchup. Love to see that. Yeah, love to see it. Very, very nice plays from both teams here. I have to admit that I was concerned, like, when it comes to the opening. But in the end, question mark could finally get 1 point. Maybe we're gonna see 5 full matches. Would be very interesting. Yeah. It happens. But for some reason, they now got a hold of the team. It worked out pretty well. And yeah. Let's see what they're gonna do on Inkblot. We're gonna get into game 4 now, which means that of course Entropy still... Like the set is very much cursed, but I'm looking forward to Inkblot Art Academy here, especially with tower control with both of these teams. Like the set is pretty much insane. Like so many things are happening. Now question mark is on their way to maybe get the set for themselves. Could work out. I mean, it could work out. I don't think that we have many like comp switches here. It worked out for both teams now. Like, we have the brush on Entropy's team, but Question Mark is finally, yeah, doing their stuff to get some counter pushes and actually get points in the set. At first we thought that wouldn't happen, so I'm happy to see another match. But yeah, what are your expectations on the Inkblot match? If you have some, of course.
I love Inkblot.
Okay.
That's it.
That's a good conclusion. He loves Inkblot. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Match point situation for Entropy. 2 points against 1 point from Question Mark. Yeah, do we see some switches in the comp? I don't think we have the brushes gone. We have the normal split dualies instead. Double dualies on the tower control mode. Something that I haven't seen like in a long time. But I loved it. I love to see it, but both dualies got picked, the Elite got picked. Oh my goodness, Entropy gets pushed down to the last player. And we have, I guess we had a delayed wipe there already through that first checkpoint. We see a booyah.
I'm doing amazing.
They're doing a very good job. Yeah, they're doing a very good job. That opening was pretty good. We're like 40 seconds in and they did it very good. But Entropy is trying to get into the game again. We see on the right stack, yeah, we see Slash and a crab tank that's getting popped. Very interesting choice actually. Since the position isn't as like, yeah, it wasn't very good, but yeah, picks after picks. That's the only thing that I can say about that situation. We have more picks going off, and like no team is pushing. Like the tower is standing still in the middle, even though Question Mark has a very good like standing here.
Commentators cars, now they've taken the tower.
Yeah, finally they took some time and sipped some tea, and now they're gonna push it. We see another sipcaster from Jade here. It's working out very well. It's interesting that we see like a double dually comp on Entropy side, but it isn't working out as they planned, I guess. I mean, they're getting picked off one by one at the moment, 2 down, others are respawning, but no picks on their side. Like they can't get like one player from Question Mark side, and that could, yeah, cost them a point. Yeah, we see the Sipcaster now.
Oh my god.
But we see the split dualies tried their best.
This may just be Entropy's chance slipping away. But what will happen?
It's very interesting that they have 2 dualies on their team, but they can't actually get into the game as much. I mean, we saw the Tetris doing their job, but
actually not doing too much of their job, but they've got a wipe. That's amazing. That is amazing. Especially when you're 90 points down and you need to claim up on 91 just to cinch a win. But I think for the purposes of Mets, Entropy have lost quite a few of the players now.
Entropy tried
to see a lot more fighting.
Yeah, Entropy tried to get through that checkpoint and actually got through that checkpoint, but they only got down to 74, which means, yeah, that's not very far, especially when we look at the score of question mark. They have a long way to go, and they only have around 1 minute left to do so. We see a re-slider, but it didn't pick anyone, and got picked. I mean, I know that feeling as a Dapple player, but we have a 3 versus 3 situation going on, which means both teams have a chance for push here. They need to get some picks at least, but yeah, no picks right now. But Entropy is trying to get that lead, I think. We see a flank from far left. Both teammates are trying to push through, but they have to be on the tower. They can't lose 1 second right now. I mean, they're on the second checkpoint. We see a crab tank on question mark side, and that booyah could. It's interesting like choice when it comes to that booyah. I would have done that like later, but as we see, the Stamper is last, and Entropy's on that checkpoint. They're trying to get on that tower, getting picked up.
Not too much. Not too much.
But that is it.
It's over.
And yeah, it's
Chances
over.
are over.
Which means we see another game.
This is it.
Like, that was so close. Entropy actually had the chance to get the set for themselves, but they actually didn't get there. So we get into game 5. Interesting. Very interesting, especially when I talked about game 5 happening. Oh damn, we're gonna get to Rainmaker Hagglefish. Oh my goodness. Rainmaker Hagglefish. I'm looking forward to that, to these comps that are gonna play in Rainmaker, to be fair. I mean, we've seen everything on that map. Everything is possible. I'm like very, very much thinking about like if they're gonna switch back to brush. I mean, their brush comp did work out very perfectly. Or if they're gonna play both, like again, like 2 dualies. That would be very, very interesting. Like that's what I did on my team. Like, we played 2 dualies, and we call it the double dualie comp. Sometimes, which is very interesting. Since it works out, it can work out. But not all the time, as we just saw. They have to see how they're gonna like get that last point. I mean, question mark is coming back very strongly here. After like the first 2 matches, yeah, they were pretty hard on like for both teams. I mean, Undertow was hard, and yeah, now we get into game 5, which is Rainmaker Hagglefish match point situation for both teams here, and yeah, we see a 96, a ballpoint. Interesting comp switch. Entropy's doing something. I don't know what's on their mind, but what do we see? Oh, Object Shredder is on question mark side, and they get the pop. Yeah, no one's picking the Rainmaker, since no one's picking anyone, but the Tetros are down right now. Yeah, mid is very fought for at the moment, which is pretty normal. Oh! We love a good Trizuka shot. But that was it for the push. Down to 89 and not further. But question mark actually doesn't stop here. They're putting some pressure into
it. I think right now. Right.
Yeah.
All the lights.
Yeah, the booyah waited for quite some time, but that Rainmaker was being picked by that machine. And they tried to actually get to that first checkpoint. They couldn't make it, but we still have some time left on the clock. It's just the very first 2 minutes that we're in right now. But yeah, Entropy is actually trying to push through now, which seems to work out. I mean, we have a flank that isn't being watched, but who is it? We don't know. The Rainmaker got picked here. 96 is trying its best, but is getting picked by the splash of question mark. Wow, there's so much going on right now. Like, both teams can't get very far right now for some reason. Like, both teams are defending very, very good. I think that Trizuka, I have to say that Squeeze is doing a very good job. We see some insane shots here, like drop shots that I've seen, or many Trizuka shots. I love to see that.
Trizuka's, I've heard people call it a lottery, but it really isn't, as long as you know how to play the weapon. What was it, special? I don't know. It's all about, I think people have got a lot of misconceptions about them. I do play Flat Shot, but I play the purple one, so not too much about it. But it's a great one. Arc shots, we really need. It's like a Rainmaker, but you added a little bit of water to it. And it's on a official Manta. But yeah, it's great. And I think I'm talking about the Rainmaker. They're being pushed back. Entropy is being pushed back heavily. Because I don't see this as being a safety of the sorts. In fact, I see this as being aggressive pushback.
It's so interesting to see that both teams can't like even like touch the checkpoint. Like, both teams want to win that match, right? Yeah. But we see finally Entropy is trying to get that, but that Booyah just stopped that plan.
That was a smart Booyah.
Yeah, I love to see that. But yeah, question mark is doing a very good job in painting there. Oh. Yeah. How did oh my goodness. Normal reach slider. But they did a sneaky sneak. But they couldn't get through that checkpoint. But we have a lead switch in the last minute finally. Now it's time for defense for this Entropy side. And we saw a very, very good flank by that splash. It could pick 2 of question mark's teammates, which could work in their favor when it comes to the set. And that looks very, very good for Entropy right now. It seems like Entropy is getting pushed back a little, but question mark is actually, finally getting some picks, which is very good. We have 6 seconds left. They're gonna pick and they're doing it, but we have a that Kraken was very, very good, and therefore it's game.
Entropy have won, and that is it for this game. Results around the quarterfinals have been currently being played. 2-2 Chumpy Lane versus Buckamashu. This game, let me reset the bracket, sorry. Let me reset my thing because it makes it break sometimes. But
it happened.
3-2 Chumpy Lane against Buckamashu. 3-2 Entropy against question mark. 3-0 pickup against Silly Kitties. That was an unexpected result. 3-0 Celestia against 3 cans of soda. So the semi-finals will be Chumpy Lane versus Entropy and pickup team versus Celestia. This will decide the winners finals. The losers finals results. I have just said these. This is currently quarters. The next one will be semis. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've just like finished all quarters and moving on to the semis. I think we already have like a matchup ready.
Yeah.
But
Matchup against Chamberlain. Which one are we broadcasting?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still we're gonna do like a very, very short break. But we're gonna be back very, very soon with the semifinals for you. So stay right where you are, get something to drink, stay hydrated, and we're gonna see each other in just a few moments.
Mhm.